my 9-year-old can operate the washing machine and the dryer, the tumble dryer, and I don't. That's quite.
You don't.
No.
He knows the 15-minute wash and the 35-minute fast dry. That's it. Anything else? Tommy's the one that helps me sit in the machine, load
Are
in.
you serious?
Yeah. Well, it's something to learn. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll give you my word. I'm going to learn them this.
You don't have a choice.
One thing, and I'll give us a couple of seconds to think about it. One thing you have already started changing about yourself in lockdown. Couple of seconds just to mull over it.
And it's all right to say nothing.
Yeah, if you're just perfect, you know what I mean? I'm cool.
I won't say it's a positive thing, because normally before lockdown, obviously, I always wake up on time. I'm always more organized. I think the lockdown has made me like, there's really nothing to do. I'm like just carefree. I'm more relaxed and laid back. So I don't think that's a good thing, really. I wish I was more organized like I was before lockdown. You get what I mean? It's something I need to reverse. I'm less organized like I should be.
It's good that she's less organized, but then she sleeps better. She usually doesn't sleep for herself. For me, it's a positive in the sense that now she sleeps better. And Dayo, the teaching is very important to her.
You said yourself.
It's
yourself.
I love her.
With the negative that turned into positive in a sense.
Yourself.
About myself, yeah. Everyone that knows me knows that I hate exercise. Anything gym, I don't want to hear. Anything run, no. But with this lockdown, yeah, I've with the help of my wife, I kind of enjoy the beat now. For me, one good thing that has come out of this, apart from there's a lot of good things that come out of this. But one thing I'll say is the exercise bit, because then it helps my health, it helps other beats. So yeah.
One positive is I'm learning. I think for me, I'm learning to communicate more better. I'm not a very communicative person. Like I just internalize everything. I don't talk. I don't like expressing myself much. But now that we're actually at home together, we don't have a choice. Like we're learning to speak our mind a lot more, which is a good thing. You know, I'm learning to actually speak what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking. So I think that's something I've definitely improved this lockdown.
I have a very strong personality, and without doing it intentionally, I tend to take over most conversations, and because she would not want to hide it, she backs up. So this lockdown, I've always known that it's always been one of these issues, and we've been working on it, and to God be the glory. But it's the way we've worked. We've literally sorted it out within the last 4 weeks, and this has been going on for 15 years. So you have an argument or you have a conversation, and I start to talk. And when I start to talk, I don't stop. And I just talk. And you would not know. And I didn't see anything wrong in it. And then maybe a few days later, she'd be like, "Oh, you didn't really let me see anything." So now we have an agreement. We have a code where I know, okay, shut up. That's positive for me. And that's what's gone quiet. That's the anything.
Everybody's thinking. The men that know that they are dominant, they're the ones that keep them quiet.
Yeah, I think I'm guilty of the same thing Tunde's just said. I can dominate conversations. So I'm consciously trying to speak less and say less and let her or others do it their own way. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to, I can nudge here and there, but I don't have to take the conversation unless I'm specifically asked to. So I think I'll keep quiet a bit more. I think that's something I've realized in only this period, and it took a few people to point that out to me. So I'm going to start keeping quiet a lot more.
I feel like he's gone from one extreme to the other. Nobody's saying don't talk. open mind that somebody else might have a different opinion.
Yeah.
He'll talk, and his opinion is the answer and the only answer he sees. But just give chance and have an open mind that somebody else's view might also just be as good, if not better, than yours. No, but I don't want you to be quiet. It's just having more. It's about having a balance. Don't take over the conversation.
Yeah, but the thing about it, it's not.
This is sideline. Let's.
Yeah. That's the point, isn't it? So what she's saying, where I'm coming from is, if I'm gonna have a conversation that's based on facts or numbers or details, I don't want to have that conversation without being presented with that. If we're just having an opinion on just anything, that's fine. I can tell you it's hot, it's cold, and you feel it's dark and warm, that's fine. But if you're talking about who's the president of America, I don't want you to tell me this is what you think. I want to have the facts and numbers. But I realize that not everybody needs those facts and details.
I think, Goke's point is one that, as Mr. Angela said, it's upbringing. That's the way it is. And I won't dwell much into it, but just to Tolu's point, right? It's an interesting one from a guy's perspective that if you're one way for a long time and someone points it out to you and it finally clicks, a light bulb moment, what you normally tend to do is you shift automatically to the far right before you then rebalance to that middle where you want to be. I don't think, I might be wrong, but scientifically, I don't think you can get someone that is here today and his wife complains about something and he automatically comes to that balance in the middle. Usually it's like, and then back to get that gauge right. I could bring up things about Tayo where she's here and then all of a sudden she goes there, but then you find out as time goes on, she kind of balances out a bit and tries to go back there, and so yeah.
For me, I've learned it's an old habit that kind of went, but it started to come back. Not giving up. Even if the day doesn't go how I wanted it, or I haven't done everything that I wanted to achieve that day, the next day I wake up and say, okay, this is another opportunity to try it in a different way and see how that works. And I find myself doing that daily until some things have started to click and some things are still a work in progress. But I'm happy that I've learned that just start again the next day, because usually I'll just give up, give myself an allowance to start again the next day.
Would you say that's because you're quite a perfectionist?
Yes. So yes, I am. So when it doesn't, it's like, especially when it's out of my control, I just like, okay, put it as not. But now a lot of things are out of my control, but I will find another way. I'll try again the next day. I still want to get it done.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it.
What have I changed over the lockdown? Because we're both into our own things and spend so much time doing different things, I think the lockdown has given me a chance to kind of spend more time involved in some of the projects Tayo is working on. Not that I haven't in the past, but when normally in the past it's nighttime in bed, she pops up on the laptop and we spend 30 minutes doing stuff. I think this lockdown has meant I've been very hands-on. Like I can actually sit down and look at material, and if, for example, if we're not lockdown, right, would I be sitting on this call now? I would have had to think twice about doing this call. I've also pushed myself in a lot of other personal things I've been doing, and yeah, I think the plan is just to keep doing that.
I think even before lockdown, you pushed yourself, but I think what you should change is not just push, but do. Tokes has a fear factor. No. He's very. Tokes likes his safety net. So when that perhaps business opportunity or that business business opportunity comes, Tokes he's comfortable. I'm good. No, when I say comfortable, I don't necessarily mean financially. I mean he's just comfortable. So sometimes when a business opportunity comes through, Tokes will assess it, look at it, but he'll sit back and be like, cool. They're like, just do. Let's do.
The safety first, basically.
Yeah. So I think you need to jump out of that safety net a bit more after lockdown?
It's hard.
I think that's difficult, especially in the position he's in, and I can relate to that because when you're in a position of great responsibility, I bet you that more than half of his caution is not based on him; it's based on the people that are dependent on him, and he doesn't want to put them in a situation that, based on one decision that he makes. So he carries a lot of that on his head, and that makes.
I can't see that. I just see, yeah, man, just do it, man. Let's just get it. And he's like.
If you look at the wealthy people today, ask them how many times have they failed.
True.
So the thing is, there's nothing that is certain.
I guess another way I want to say that is, so where am I? I'm probably like Toast in the sense that if I don't just do things, I want to analyze. You've got to give me the numbers and the data, and it's just got to click in here. If it's not, it's just a good business opportunity for somebody else, not for me. So until it's convinced here, it's not happening.
So they're data driven. They want to see data. They want to see all the figures. But sometimes in business, you might not have all of those things there readily available, and all it just takes for you to say, you know what? Okay. Let's just go with it. With the little data you've given me, I'm happy to take that risk.
Yeah.
So it's about finding the balance. I think it's not about going the other extreme and saying any investment that comes your way or anything that comes your way, you jump. But is sometimes not everything would have 100% opportunity. And half the time, 95% of businesses don't even present everything in your face. It's all forecasted.
That's probably some positive I'm taking from this lockdown, because to be sincere, right, in this lockdown, right, I've probably done more than I've done in the last year, 2 years. Like some things I've always wanted to do, I've done them, like in the last 6 weeks. And I was speaking to Bode today, there are things I have on the pipeline. I mean, Dayo can testify to it, right? I spend almost 8-9 hours of the day on the laptop doing things that I haven't done in the past. So for me, it's a positive I'll take away from the lockdown. I think it takes time to swing from being very analytical and strategic.
Yeah.
Just try and get to that middle balance bit. So for me, I'm working.
I'll come to you for lessons.
Please do. We share.
I just want to go and play.
That's it. He just wants to play.
My own.
Someone gotta be serious.
But I think probably for me, maybe what I do need to change. And I'm not actually sure I'm gonna say change, because if I say change, I'm almost changing my character. But perhaps I've got to take a few things a bit more seriously. Now, in a lot of areas, I am very dependent on Tokes in terms of, I know he has got us, when anything housey and documenty and all those stuff, he's cool. He's got me covered. I don't really think about those things. Might be wrong, because I know Tokes has got it covered. But I don't pray for anything to happen to him or to happen to me. But one of the conversations, or many conversations I've had with myself over this quarantine is, if I was on my own for whatever reason and I had to run this house, I've relied so much on this guy in terms of some financials, some insurances, some stuff. I would have no clue, and this is the truth, where to start. I don't know about these things. I've just left it all to him. That gas meter thing, I don't know. I don't know about those things. I've taken my responsibility in my home to look after my home and look after my kids and look after my husband and look after the building as in we're in. All the serious stuff, I don't really get involved in. Am I taking advantage of him, or am I too reliant on him? But I never know what's going to happen tomorrow. So out of this, I want to sit up a bit more and be more knowledgeable to engage him and support him. Again, I'm not talking finances. I'm just talking mental support.
And even for yourself, right?
And and just be a bit more serious.
I think if you live in a house, you should be aware of everything that is in the house.
Don't worry, he's reported himself to Ace many times. He has told us that. We know how bad he is. He doesn't even know where the hammer is. He doesn't know where. I say, what's your house insurance? He doesn't have a clue. He doesn't.
Even to put batteries in remote control. Okay,
he always says,
"Oh, so Tolu, is that you?"
Yeah. He knows nothing.
So, Goke, me and you were on this together.
So we are the same.
Are you serious?
We're all learning.
Nothing's going to happen to either one of us, but even just for your own peace of mind, you should know where everything it is, and just know. I'm not saying take it over, but just know about it.
But you know what, Tolu, he's got the trust in. I know what you're saying, but he's got the trust in you that you've got it covered.
The light bulb might go off. Goke does not care to know where we store the light bulb.
I know, I'm not like that. No. I'm not like that.
Even 6 months, Goke is not changing that light bulb.
Wow.
He has reported himself many times to us.
If you don't have that gene in you, it's hard.
He will change. Don't worry, we're working on him, Tolu. Don't worry, he's reported himself. But he was saying something.
Yeah, quickly. See, I mean, we might joke about this thing, but there's something very serious about it. It is very important for us to be aware. We might not be able to do it, like change light bulb. Okay, they don't have to go, but at least know where the bulb is.
I just realized that my kids are more switched on, even with things like that.
Like light bulb.
My 9-year-old can operate the washing machine and the dryer, the tumble dryer, and he knows what settings to use for all that. And I'm not sure, and I don't. That's quite.
You don't.
No.
He knows the 15-minute wash and the 35-minute fast dry. That's it. Anything else? So Tommy's the one that helps me sit in loading.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Well, it's something to learn. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll give you my word. I'm going to learn them this.
You don't have a choice.
Did you used to do it as a single man, or was this someone else?
Never lived alone.
Mom do all of those?
He's never lived alone. He's a baby of the family.
Never lived alone.
Okay.
Everybody goes, oh.
Baby of the family, that's a big one. When you say baby of the family, it's like fourth one. My brother is like that as well.
Yeah, I'm the fourth.
Because elders and they do everything. You don't make any decision, you don't do anything, you just sit there.
I've never had to.
Yeah, true.
But that's fine. I mean, he knows what he needs to do now. That's the whole point.
I take it. I definitely need to improve on those areas. Yeah.
So it's interesting. I think Angela's already highlighted it before. Actually, before I even say anything, I've just realized something. In all of us just talking about this, I realized that a lot of us on this call have very similar traits, and I think that's probably why we've become very good friends. Now, Angela highlighted. We had a very serious conversation. It must have been a week ago, on Sunday, a week ago, actually. Okay, I've heard her say I'm loud, or I take over conversations and the rest of it all. But I think it was the first time in that conversation we had that went on for probably about an hour that the penny dropped. She kind of pulled a lot of scenarios together. She said, you know what? I watched you with the way you speak to the guys in Ace. I watched you even everywhere in the house. So by the time she put all of those things together, which were what you would class as facts, I sat down and almost played it out to myself like, okay, I need to almost not change myself, but to somewhat step back a little bit, because my opinion, as much as I think is valid, but someone else has their own opinion and I want to hear that as well. Now, just to put a flavor to it, maybe she never realized this. Growing up, I grew up in a household of 18 kids. I was number 16, and I was almost wanting to be heard. So in a way, I almost wanted to speak up to be heard. Yeah. So it is something that has become ingrained in me. But as she mentioned it, I realized this is the closest person that can ever see me as me, and she's saying it for me to correct the things. So in fact, what I did was, after the conversation, I said, okay, we will look at it again a week today, and then we'll see how we're going with it. So I think it's something that's consciously in my head now. But honestly, I went on the ACE call on Thursday and I thought I'd try it out. It worked for the first 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes,
it's not.
Even the guy said to me, Tasie, this is not you. We can't hear you.
That's great.
It's not a good idea of this. This is not the platform, to be honest.
Told me, that's Tasie, this is not you. Are you okay? Are you well?
Yeah. So, Angela, see yourself.
Yeah.
I don't want to change his character. That's not what it is. It's just that obviously we're a lot way together. Right, so me and Tasie spend a lot of time together, but you know, it's more. We spend a lot more time now because of lockdown, and there's nowhere to go. So it's not I'm sitting down picking. It's just that you notice things. So like I said to you, I've noticed Tasie's a bit louder, but I also know the loudness. Sometimes he wants to be heard, but he's not choosing to listen to someone else. But also Tasie's a joker. So Tasie's busy cracking a joke, but he's not listening to something that someone's saying. And I'm just like, just take time to listen. That person might be able to say something that might help you, or you might be able to hear something that they want help in, and you could help them. I just want him to take a moment to listen, because your opinion is not always the one that needs to be heard. That's all I said. I don't want him to change. I love the way he makes me laugh. He makes me happy when I'm down. He's always like the one to lift me up. But
it's been taken on board, and I think that's the beauty about lockdown. And when we had a conversation on Sunday, one of the things I said was, I like the fact that we're having a conversation during lockdown, because we can appraise ourselves a week from now. What are the things that you've done well? Okay, can we work on it? But if our lives were busy with normal working stuff, we wouldn't have the time. Something else would aggravate her during the week again, and she'll forget that. So this is the beauty for us to be able to take stock on a week-by-week basis.
And just to add, right, as I said at the beginning of this call, right, everyone's speaking, and I'm taking things from what everyone is saying. I'll give you an example, right? There's certain things that a few of you have said on the call now, right, that I know I do, and Tayo has not, or may have pointed it out before, but I'm picking on the one that I know she hasn't pointed out to me. In my head, what I'm trying to do now is think, if the wives on here are complaining about it because the husband does it, Tayo has not yet complained about it, but I know I do it, and I know that she's probably just holding back and not complaining about it. So automatically in my head, I'm already saying that's a takeaway point for me from this conversation that I'm going to work on before she has the chance to say it out. I better go and learn to operate the dishwasher, or like go shopping during the lockdown.
Tope, are you still there? Every time they show you, you just disappear more and more. What's going on? I only see your head now.
I think he's purposely hiding behind me because I said how nervous I might have been for this whole session. But yeah, for me, I think he touched on it earlier. It was just the fact that not that I didn't know to do these things before. Everyone would look at me and say, "Why is she working out? There's nothing left." I've been a fit person prior, even after I had my daughter. So when certain things were changing, I kept putting it aside. Like, I knew what I had to do, but the laziness in me would not let me, or maybe the motivation wasn't there. So this lockdown, having a group of people just come together and, just doing the workout, like you pointed out earlier. And I've obviously had to do that even more now because I've been baking a lot more, been cooking a lot more, which means more things are very much obvious. So I've had to make sure that I'm keeping to the workout regime, which is 3 days a week without fail. So one good thing.
To be honest with you, without sounding, I've struggled to find something to say, because not because I'm perfect by any means whatsoever, but because I feel like my life within lockdown has been so much of a routine. It's like I wake up, get up in the morning, come to work. I'm at the computer from morning till the night. But if I could touch on one thing, I think I've just taken time to understand her more, because I realize that love is not always about, love has different facets. It's like a tree with many different branches, and one of those branches is understanding. And so when you take your time to understand someone better, you have more of you have a higher threshold and a higher buffer. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. And sometimes you question yourself as well. And sometimes she can see it in a different manner. She can see it as me being quiet, or me being, non-engaging. Whereas it's me just taking my time to understand and know, okay, maybe I don't have to necessarily speak up about this.
Yeah.
Because it's something I have to let just to understand her better, really.
Yeah.
So and it's an ongoing process. This today, in a way, it speaks to me to take time out of the routine and actually do something outside of work.
Yeah.
So I can have something to say if someone asks me again, what have I done to develop? Not that I haven't been developing, I've been doing courses and stuff, but I mean something more personal.
Yeah, I get that.